Okay, we could have all guessed this, but it's still shocking to see a brand new Media Research Center study revealing that out of 115 election stories from ABC, NBC, CBS, 87% treated Republicans negatively, despite Democrats being the party in power, of course. Now, they also looked at how individual candidates fared. Well, my next guest is the only one who received, ready for this? 0 positive stories, according to the study. 100% of the coverage about Arizona gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake from the big 3 networks was negative. Now, despite that, Lake is still up by nearly 3 in the most recent RCP average, and she joins me now. Now, Kari, first of all, it's great to see you tonight. Okay, this is hysterically funny in one way. Another way, it's very depressing. But how are you coping with this news that the coverage has been 100% negative? Do you need like a fruit basket, or do you need any kind of like a security blanket to get yourself through this difficult time?
I need a safe space and an emotional, support animal to get through it. I'm going to wear it as a badge of honor, truly, that the fake news media sees this movement of mama bears out here in Arizona as such a threat to their agenda that they're running 100% negative stories on me. But the amazing thing is just revealing, Laura, that they've lost their power. If they're putting 100% negative stories on me, and the last poll I saw yesterday showed us up 11, I don't think it's working anymore. The people are awake to the garbage that they're peddling.
Well, your opponent made a recent comment that I thought I'd share. Watch.
We're talking about the economy to voters every single day. It's one of the top concerns. And we're talking about the plans that we have to actually address inflation. Kari Lake doesn't have an economic plan that does anything except make inflation worse.
So I must have missed all those town halls on the economy that Katie Hobbs did. What is she talking about?
Well, first of all, her tax plan, which, by the way, the fake news covered as if it was the greatest thing ever, is about taking and removing the tax off of diapers and feminine hygiene products. And look, that's great, but we got to go better and farther than that, okay? And my tax plan, my inflation relief for the hardworking people of Arizona is to get rid of our grocery tax and the tax we pay on renting an apartment or a home. Those are 2 areas that will help the bottom line for hardworking Arizonans and people who are struggling right now. And that'll put $500 million immediately back into the pockets of Arizona citizens. We're going to go even further by cutting taxes every year, including sales tax, property tax. We'll try to trim down the income tax as well. She doesn't have a plan, and her plan is basically whatever Joe Biden is doing, and it's Joe Biden and his terrible economic policies that have gotten us into this hyperinflation and the mess we're in right now. It's going to take some strong Republicans to get us out.
Well, they keep doing the same thing over and over again. You know, another speech about democracy being threatened by the Republicans. Then you had Mayorkas out, of course, DHS chief, talking about the border. And again, not connecting on the issue. I want to play this soundbite and get your reaction from Mayorkas.
There are a number of forces that are fueling a violent extremism, ideologies of hate, false narratives, anti-government sentiment, personal grievances. The divisiveness in this country is of great concern.
Kari, clearly there's an attempt to criminalize the political opposition here. They're not talking about individual acts of violence, which we all condemn and we all absolutely think are reprehensible, whoever is carrying them out. This is really an effort to, I think, ostracize, demonize, and ultimately cancel the entire conservative perspective, including yours. I mean, part of what he's talking about, Biden's talking about, is this election denier, negativity, all of that. Your reaction tonight?
They're trying to keep us from speaking out. As people are waking up to the lies, they're trying to get us to be quiet and not speak out. And I distinctly remember the summer of 2020, there was a lot of violence on the streets, and the left wasn't speaking out against churches burning in Washington, D.C. being burnt and rioted, and Portland being rioting and burning going on of our buildings in all of the big cities. blue cities, liberal cities. I don't remember them speaking out against that violence. And I'm absolutely opposed to violence of any kind. I wish Mayorkas would actually do his job and work to stop the flow of illegals coming across our border. We don't know who these people are. We know many of them have records, and it's hurting our country. I really wish he'd get on that instead of trying to stoke political agitation across this country and make things worse and more divided.
Yeah, the crowd of Venezuelans that rushed the border yesterday, it was horrific. Border Patrol agents' lives are being put in jeopardy.
That's
and
right.
I think this is also playing into the shift among women voters, especially suburban women voters, Kari. The Wall Street Journal poll that came out said that the GOP now has seen a shift among white suburban women. That group shifted 26 percentage points away from the Democrats since the Journal's August poll. Now favors the GOP, again, white suburban women, by 15 percentage points. Now, to what do you attribute that?
Oh, I saw it just last night. You know, we hold big events every day. We're holding between 6 and 10 meetings and events each day. Last night we had a wonderful rally. It was packed, hundreds of people. And so many of them, Laura, were moms. I call them my mama bears. And at the end, when I went and talked to them, went into the crowd, we were taking pictures and just talking about how worried we are about our children and the future. And that's what it's about. Moms want safe streets. They want to fully fund our police departments so that they know that crime is kept low. And when they call 911, they can get help. They want to make sure the border is secure because they don't want fentanyl pouring across, getting into the hands of young people. And they want educational opportunities where our kids in high school can get trade skill training, vocational training, or career certification in high school so they're ready for the real jobs that are out there. These are all parts of my platform. I think that's why they're with us. And they also know that they want someone who's going to protect their kids from these new forced shots that the CDC is recommending in order for our children to be able to go to school. I spoke out immediately and said, we'll never make our kids guinea pigs. We will never force those shots on our children. My opponent, her answer when asked if she would force our kids to get those experimental shots, her answer was, I don't know. I haven't thought about it. I mean, this is why they're voting for us in record numbers.
Freedom, safety, common sense. Kari, you're surprising a lot of people out there, and I can't wait to see what plays out on Tuesday night. We're going to be watching. If we don't talk to you beforehand, best of luck on the trail up until Tuesday. We hope you talk to you soon after that.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.